Hey everybody, this is Christine Sienna Calabrese from What About the Dog, and now What About the Cat. This is my latest addition, my child Olive Bean Calabrese. She's a Shih Tzu, she's a rescue. She's a little moose face right now. She's scheduled for a groom, so even though she looks like a Brussels Griffin right now with this little moose face, please believe me, she's a Shih Tzu. And I don't get a lot of work done because of this moose face. A lot of times I just gotta stop and just do that. And yeah, of course you understand. I'm gonna put her down so she can go rest comfortably while I talk to you about this book for a moment. So what about the dog and what about the cat? I mention these things a lot, but I haven't really explained what it is or how this started. So I just want to take a couple minutes to explain the importance of this. The reason this was created was because I have dogs. I love my dogs, and I was always concerned that if something happened to me, more specifically if I died, someone would come into my house and find my animals and one, not know what to do with my animals, where to send them, and two, not know anything about them. So that's what prompted the creation of these two books. This was the sequel because my cat owners, after this one came out, my cat owners are like, hey, what about us? So, we need to pre-plan for our cats too. And I said, you're right. So my mission in creating these was to educate pet owners on the importance of pre-planning for our pets. We have way too many animals that are ending up in shelters. I'm seeing it every day on my Facebook feed about people who've died, people who have gone to the hospital, people who've gone into assisted living. Those are the three top ones. And everyone's scrambling to find a home for their pets. So with a little pre-planning, that could have been avoided. On the back of the book here, I wanted to put the most important sentence: animal shelters are filled with assumptions, because dog owners failed to decide, discuss, and provide for their animals when they had the chance. What that means is, when I say decide, I need people to decide in case of any type of emergency, even if it's temporary, who would be the person that you would want to take your animal. That's number one. Number two, discuss. I need you to have an actual literal discussion out loud, outside voice, with that person about taking your pet. This ties back into that first line about animal shelters being filled with assumptions. Don't assume. Don't assume. The number one group of people, I should say, that get tagged or get expected to be the recipients of someone's animals are family, children in particular. And way too many times, the children fail the parents, and they're the first ones to turn those animals into the shelters because they don't want them. They don't want them. They don't have time. They don't have the money. They don't. But the conversation was never had, you see? So don't assume. Have that conversation so you can plan accordingly if your kids don't want your animals. Okay? And then number three, provide. Have you provided for your animal? And when I say provide, I mean provide details. So, like, it's great if your sister, say, who lives in another state, is willing to be your dog's guardian if something happens to you, but maybe your sister hasn't seen your dog in like 100 years, or maybe she's never met your dog, but she's an animal lover. You have to help them both in this situation. Help your dog and help your sister by giving her information. So this book, I went into great detail on the table of contents. I really tried to cover everything you could possibly think of, from veterinary information, communication style, diet and feeding, exercise, when left alone, grooming, potty, you name it. Because there's a lot to know when you bring a new animal into your home. Okay, my goal with both of these books is to see them go worldwide, because we have pet owners worldwide, we have people that love their pets. People could benefit from this. This will keep animals out of shelters. This will help people that are the recipients of new animals. This will help the animals. My why is because I believe that pets need and deserve an advocate. And this needs to be talked about. This whole pre-planning needs to be talked about. I'm tired of seeing animals unnecessarily ending up in shelters because people go, oh, you know, well, I'll deal with it later. I'll deal with it later. They, you know, people don't like to talk about death. I have a little side theory about these people that maybe, I don't know, maybe they're vampires. Maybe they think they're never going to die or something. Who knows? It needs to be talked about. It needs to be handled. So that's it. You know what? And here, this is what I tell people too. If you don't want to fork out the money for this book, make your own. Make your own. That's how I started. I actually started by just keeping a notebook, just a regular notebook. That's how this whole project started, with just a spiral, because I was concerned about my animals. Make your own. But be forewarned, it's a real process. It took months and months and months, because you'll keep coming up with other things and be like, oh, and I got to add, and oh, I almost forgot, and oh, what about this? So these journals take all the mess and fuss out of that, because I pretty much thought of everything, and whatever I did miss, don't worry, I'll you know, fix it later on. So please, what about the dogbook.com? What about the catbook.com? Please share this with someone, help someone, gift it to someone with their animal. They will appreciate it. It is valuable. Thank you for listening. Thank you for helping me fulfill my passion for animals and their care by helping me promote this. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Bye-bye.